So here is today's schedule for day 2 of the 13th Fazza World Cup Powerlifting in Dubai. The Dubai Centre for Athletes of Determination. And again, we've got 3 finals today, getting underway in the next 8 minutes or so. Hello from Will Downing. The men's 49 kilo decider coming up. And each of the 3 finals today with 2 groups in each. So we have double figures and competitors in all 3 finals. Parvin Mamedov, Muslim Al-Sudani, Abdullah Kaipinar, Adnan Nur Saeed among the big candidates for the medals in this. Here are our record holders right now, including Lee Van Kong, who does go in this as well, but he's pitching himself the 8th heaviest in Group A. We'll see him a little bit later. In terms of the rookies, Muslim Al-Sudani is going for the heaviest, full stop. Here's who we have, Mohammad Bajayev of Turkmenistan. We're seeing him for the first time in an international event today. Ali Carr from Gambia, who's at the World Championships. Gabriella Di Cristina from Italy. He's still a rookie, he's still only 16 years old. Mohamed Al-Damaki of the United Arab Emirates, so a short trip for him to get here. Talal Al-Balawi of Saudi Arabia. Not that far either on a global scale, let's be honest. Mekhan Agalikov of Turkmenistan, his international debut. Lee Van Kong of Vietnam, multi-championship medalist in his career. Yerbalat Karabay of Kazakhstan. Now the big names really are coming in. Haj Ahmed Bayor of Algeria. Zheng Yu of China. Always potential for them. Parvin Mamedov of Azerbaijan. Adnan Abdullah Nur Saeed of Saudi Arabia. He was the next general at the World Championships last year. Here's Abdullah Kaipinar of Turkey. Turkiye. Muslim Al-Sudani of Iraq. The latest big name, new big name in this weight division. And speaking of big names, here's who's going to be involved today for this final as the referee's draw is on the way. So there we go, the referees for this final. Chief referee Liani Araka of Greece. Left side referee Azari Azizuddin of Malaysia. And the right side referee Mohammed Imam Al-Zaid of Egypt. Technical controller for this final, Nikolaos Karantsis of Greece. Technical delegate in charge for the week, Zita Gyurko. And here's our jury, Ahmed Al-Hamadi of the United Arab Emirates, Nursa Mohammed of Malaysia. And Yasser was actually telling me the wrong name's been coming up for him on this for years. Yasser Al-Zagri of Yemen on the jury as well. So here's our start list. This is Group B, and quite a lot of them are newbies.
Yeah. I only got one question. So is that all you got? You go big or stronger? You push harder? Is that all you got? You climb higher, faster? So is that all you got? You put your best in the rest in, no resting. Is that all you got? So you a victor? I only got one question. So is that all you got? Yeah, look at you now. So is that all you got? Take a look at you now. So is that all you got? Look at you now. Is that all you got? Yeah, I only got one question. So is that all you got?
So here we go, we are ready to roll as we hit 3 p.m. in Dubai. So just a reminder for you, if you're joining us right now for the start of the day, and I know something like it was a 5-figure number in the end joined us for the first men's final yesterday, 80 kg final, which for a powerlifting World Cup is awesome. Thank you very much for joining us. The first 2 days are the only 2 days where we start at 3 o'clock Dubai time. From tomorrow on, it is 10:30 in the morning, so the Lions are over for everybody. Okay, the Lions are over for me, basically, but anyway. Set to get underway with Group B here. Just a slight technical stop at the moment, by the way. But only for a momentary few seconds, because here we go. So we have quite a few in this who we're seeing for the first time. And first of all, coming for Afghanistan, Abdullah Hadi, going for a target of 55 here. It is his international debut. 33 years old. And aiming for what would be a lifetime best of 55. So that is his first lift in international competition. And it is a good lift. That is a good start for Abdullah Hadi. So no slow start for him. He got that absolutely nailed. Straight on. You can very much forgive a first lift in your international career going wrong. That did do anything but. Lovely lift, 55. And Abdullah Hadi gets the competition underway. So the view behind the scenes here. As we always say, this is a really good, well-attended venue. It is the traditional venue for the Fazza World Cup and this auditorium stage, the 2014 World Championships. It was across town to Al Habdoor last summer for the World Championships, which is a different venue, different locale. It is not very far away from the Burj Khalifa, about a 20-minute walk, I believe. Our good friend Richard Mason, I think, did that walk one day in Dubai in the summer. Well, that's fine, rather you than me. Whereas where we are here is somewhat as far away from the Burj Khalifa in terms of Dubai as you can get. So Mohammed Ajoyev of Turkmenistan, this too his international debut, and he too going for 55. Now I have to tell you that lift by Hardy it did look a bit rocky to me, but it was given as a good lift. It is now being given as a no lift. So there are a few things for Hardy to iron out, I'm afraid to say. Here is Hadjaya for 55. Trying to keep the lines clean, and it is 2 and against, 1 on the press. A centre referee and the left side referee on the stop sequence. So he misses out at 55. So likewise for Hardy, his first lift in international competition is a no lift. Well, there's so many competitors that you talk to who they'll tell you about their early days, and in some cases those early days were not very long ago. And for some, because they'd only competed nationally, they go and compete internationally, and then it's getting used to the standards. Speaking of which, for Gambia, this is Ali Carr, 31st at his major championship debut last year in the centre of Dubai at the World Championships. He was 31st in that. That was a big field. So Abrima Carvalho is the coach on stage with him. Usually coached by Haji Drama, who hasn't been able to make it here this time, but I'm sure is watching. Good day to you, sir. So aiming here for 65, and we have not had a successful lift yet. A lot of the competitors that we've seen so far are newer athletes. That is a good lift. It is 3 white lights. Yeah, it was a really good effort. That was a strong lift. Got that raised up quickly. And that's good and positive for Ali Carr for Gambia. Team's increasing all the time. Remembering the days not very long ago. It's only going back. What was it? 2019 when they had a team of 1. Now they're increasing all the time. And so is the Italian team, are one of the biggest European outfits that we always see year on year. Gabriele De Cristina made his major championship debut. Again across town back in August. 6th in the Rookies World Junior Championship final, and then 30th in the Seniors later in the week. So he finished 1 spot above Ali Khan, the up to 49 kilo final. First time we saw him was in the Tbilisi World Cup last year, and there's a Tbilisi World Cup coming up this year as well, the last one before Paris and the Paralympic Games. He finished 5th in that, which was a nice result for his international debut. And he's going here for 72. So a lot of the lifts here are very much in lifetime best territory. Now again, it's a strong lift. It is a good lift. More importantly, and Gabriele De Cristina is off the mark. That was nice and impressive. He's done a very good job there. That's obviously the point of the Rookies and the Next Gen Championships as well, to get new names in and to get them established, get them used to big time competition, and to get them on the board, and he very much is.
For the first attempt representing United
Now we're absolutely flying through this opening round. Mohammed Al-Damaki of the United Arab Emirates. So he's been in the West Asian Games. And he was the leader in his weight division. That was only exactly a month ago, 1st of February, in Sharjah, just down the coast. He's aiming here for 75. That's to take the lead in Group B and to get a very solid opening to his competition here. And he has. That is 3 white lights. That's a good lift. Al-Damaki is doing a good job of this. Well, now this competition is fizzing along. It's taken a while. As I say, a lot of these names are new names. The West Asian Games for Al-Damaki, that was his international debut. And that was a month ago. So next up for Saudi Arabia, Talal Al-Balawi going for 88. We saw him for the first time in Tbilisi last year, the end of April, 6th in the World Cup there. And then when he was in the rookies category of the World Junior Championships in August at Al Hab Tour in Dubai, he finished 5th in that. There's a major leap up immediately after this in terms of the strength of weights. So 88 this is. And 88 is raised. He takes the lead in Group B. He's done a good job of that. He has polished that off very, very effectively. Well, it's going well so far. First 2 are misses, but we're talking about international debutants. And then this real quality beginning to rise.
For the first event representing Turkmenistan,
So now a man who made his big international comeback last year. He hadn't been in international competition since 2015, but how well he's come back. Finished in the top half of the table of the World Championships. Then at Hangzhou, finished 7th in the Asian Games for Turkmenistan, Mikhan Agailikov. He's 35 now. And he's going here for 130. 88 currently the lead for Talal Al-Balawi. Now, Agailikov for 130. that is no lift. Now it's 2-1 against. The right side referee voted him up. Centre referee was a stop, and the left side referee on the press. So issues to be addressed here by Mikan Agailikov. It's an interesting one. It's one of those situations where 2 out of the 3 referees have seen the press as being fine, 2 out of 3 see the stop as being fine. But it still counts as a foul because 2 referees have voted him down, albeit for different things. So the return of Mohamed Hajayev, his Turkmenistan teammate, and I'll tell you what, they were really good hosts of the Asian Indoor Games in 2017 in Ashgabat. I worked at that, worked in the athletics. Big crowds at it. Pretty sure I can be quite confident in saying that was the biggest sporting event that they had in their history. They built a huge Olympic park for it. Lots of very big, impressive stadiums there. Lots of marble. So that's the lift for 55. And Hajayev, that is 2-1 in his favour. So that's good. Didn't get the extended lockout, but he'll have an exemption for that. Has him on the board, importantly. Abdullah Hadi of Afghanistan. Now, I think he's going here for 60. .65 is on the screen, however. You can just see his coach is standing looking at this. Little scratch of the head. There's 65 that is on the bar. And they've still got plenty of time on their side. Just had to watch out for the chest sequence there a bit. And 2-1 against. 2 votes on the press sequence against him. He got voted down on the chest as well. There was a double touch there. So he doesn't get that, and he doesn't get his first 2 lifts. And Abdullah Hadi is in a little bit of danger of a wipeout. He added 10 onto the bar there, so he stayed on his path, but now they have to try and work out how they fix this for the last attempt, and that he does get a mark on the board. So on we go to Ali Carr for the Gambia. 65 last time, and 73 is the target here. So 73 for Ali Kar, and that was interrupted on the way up a little bit. Didn't keep it straight and actually got 2 votes down as well in the stop sequence and 3 in the press.
For the second attempt representing Italy, Gabriella
De Cristina for Italy. 78 will be his target here. Very encouraging finish, high finish, 5th in that Bellisi World Cup last year. 6th in the rookie category for the World Juniors. He's still 16 years old. A lot happening in the World Cup circuit this year ahead of the Paralympic Games. There's Sharm el Sheikh in Egypt later on now in March. So it's the 1st of March now. Happy St. David's Day. Pattaya in early April. There's Cancun in May. There's Bellisi in June. We've already had the West Asian Games in recent weeks, and before that the Southeast Asian Games, the Asian Para Games, and the Para Pan Ams as well. So the calendar has been full. This is going to be a lot more of a leap up for De Cristina. No, he's not got control of that. That is a few kilos too many. That was wobbling a bit. He actually matched his lifetime best as what's given for him in the opening round of 72, which is a great place to start. But then he's gone a good bit too high there at 78. Just unable to keep that under control. It was just waving round.
For the second attempt representing United Arab Emirates, Mohammed
Yeah, just there. There's no control. I mean, it starts to go down, but he's not going to get given that lift anyway. So next up, Mohammed Al-Darmaki of the United Arab Emirates, who's still only 22. West Asian Games was his first international competition. Which certainly in this part of the world is a significant date in the calendar. That is a strong push by Al-Damaki. 4 kilos added on from last time, and he's got it 79. Good lift, 3 white lights to Al-Damaki. He is performing within himself right now and doing a great job of that. Very excellently put away. Showed good calmness on the bench. Very effective lift, and the lines straight and true. And he did in that. I was going to say a really professional job, to be honest. Talal Al-Balawi of Saudi Arabia. 7 being added on from the previous attempt, this for 95. So we've only seen him in 2 international competitions previously. He's gone well beyond his lifetime best already, which was 74 going into this. They've obviously worked him a lot the last 6 months. So 95, he is our current leader. This to increase his advantage to 16 kilos. So 88 last time, 95 this time. Again, it is for a lifetime best. Well, he's got that raise through, but the press was not equal, and they've all voted him down on it. And actually, I'm not quite sure that he'd had it steady as well in the final lockout. So he misses out, all 3 against him. Mohammed Hajayev of Turkmenistan getting on the board earlier. Now is his teammate Mekham Agailakov, who will be coming out for 130 again. Hive of activity inside because we've got 6 groups lifting over the 4 hours. A couple of goes at 130 for Agailakov.
Loaders load the bars to 130 kilos rack height 8. For the second attempt, representing Turkmenistan, Mikan Tagilov.
So Mekham Agailakov coming in for his second attempt. So he missed his first one at 130. As I was saying, he was out of the sport for 8 years, but made his welcome return last year. Now waiting to make his welcome return to the stage. Clock is counting down. We're heading for 90 seconds now. He is still in the tunnel. I don't know if his coach is waiting for a cue. There's some issue anyway. He's pointing at a screen that is showing the weight. There's a technical stop now. They stopped the clock for him, so that's one personal thing. They've got the wrong rack height, which I know we don't mention very much, because you can pretty much see what the rack height is, and it was set up for different kind of lifter, basically.
For the second attempt, representing Turkmenistan, Mikan.
Yeah, there you go. You've just seen it in the past few seconds, them raising it again. The rack height now is 14 notches. Previously was at 8. And hardly ever, I have to say, in 10 years, I think that's the first time I've ever mentioned the rack height. First time I've ever needed to, because you can pretty much work out for yourself what it is, and really it's important only for the lifter and the coach that they have it the way they want it, and it's not something that really we need to know about until now. 130, that was comfortable. did a really, really, really solid job. Put it away very well. So they had their little issue beforehand that caused the delay. They were left in the tunnel a little bit longer than they would have liked, but it has not affected the quality of the lift at all. Nice effort, 130, and he is clear. Now you got that really, really effectively right. Now last time, got voted down. It was only 2-1, and you remember it was for different things than the two referees. We've got a very busy coach because no sooner does he send Mikhailov back in to warm up for his last attempt than he's out again with Mohamed Hajayev, who played 55 last time. So you just think about this. If you're the Turkmen coach, your two lifters come out in the opening round and they're both of misses, and then you've a lot of work to do for the next few minutes or so, straightening things out, but they have definitely done that. So Kylakov has one clearance, and Hajayev as well, and Hajayev for his last go at 60. Now he's got that raised. How much control at the end? Enough. It's a good lift. And Mohamed Hajayev wraps up with 60 in his first international appearance. Lifetime best, obviously, it being his international debut. Just important to point out, as we do from time to time, that domestic competition with domestic referees won't go towards lifetime best, and if you're competing in a different circuit then your lifetime best, and that doesn't carry over to this one. Hadi on his international debut. Now this is interesting. He's had two misses already, 55 and 65, and going here for 70, so he's staying on his path. It has not been a strength issue, it has not been a weight issue, it's been about the technique, and can he get it right with his final attempts? No, I'm afraid not. I'm afraid not.
No.
The stop sequence had ruled him out anyway. Two referees had voted him down for that. The stop sequence was not right at all, and I'm afraid the press went on a detour. So he doesn't get a mark. It is wipeout for him. And it just was slipping back as we go to Gambia and Ali Carr, who got 65 first time around and going now for 73. I remember his coach, Hachi Chama, telling me before when Gambia were making their international debut, that's the difficulties that you have when you, back in the day, only had one international powerlifter. Because you can't compete domestically against anyone because it's just you, so you have to go abroad, and that costs. But now they're getting an increasingly larger team, which is good to see, and additional coaches as well, which is always welcome also. So he's got that raise completed. Chest sequence though was a problem. There's two against him on it. It was a double tap, and certainly with the naked eye, that's how it looked to me. Also, he's had two voted down in the press, but it was the chest sequence that knocked him down on that one, first of all. So Ali got his first lift in, but the 73 and the 75 that he's followed up with, no success there, unfortunately. De Cristina coming up next for Italy. And he's going for 78 again. He missed it last time. Let's see how he does here. So going 78 again, he had difficulties, quite a few difficulties. Last time out. Can he get this one in? So here he is. Yeah, it's the same story, I'm afraid. That is a few kilos too much on top of what he can do today. It was a leap of 6, and again, he's had no control in the bar on the way up. And that means there's just too many kilos on it. He got 72, he matched his lifetime best. And in hindsight, 74 or 75 might have been achievable. Maybe. 78 was not.
For the third attempt, representing United Arab Emirates, Mohammed Zarmaki.
So now for the United Arab Emirates, Mohammed Al-Damaki. 75 and 79 he's already got, and going here for 81. He is the only competitor in Group B who could get all 3 of his lifts in, and if he does it, he will take the lead on the total lift. But he could be overtaken by the end of this round. Going strongly for it. Has he been able to do it? No, it was the press sequence, actually the stop as well. 2 votes down on each press sequence he was having problems with, but he was actually voted down on the stop as well. So he doesn't get it, and that is his first miss of the competition, and it's his last miss because it's his last attempt. So 79 he ends up on. He stays third overall. That would have been a considerable lead in the total lift, which he actually does hold the lead in the total lift at the moment, but just couldn't keep control of it. Talal Al-Balawi going for 95. His spot in second position in the group is safe. And this would see him take the lead in the total lift with 1 attempt to go. This for 95 for Al Balawi. And he has got that raised up, and that is good enough. It's 2-1 in his favour. It is a good lift. Well, he missed this last time, but not now. Good lift. Talal Al Balawi gets 95. He leads in the total lift. That's lifetime best territory. That is his lifetime best, I'm certain. Remember, he was saying before this that 74 was his lifetime best. Well, he's added 21 onto it today. Mikan Agailikov coming now for 140. So now this is where, in terms of the total lift, he would blow everybody else out of the water and would lead for a lot of Group A even. But he missed his first attempt at 130. That was just a slight technique issue. Remembering that was 2-1 against for different issues. So, 140 here for Agailikov. And he holds a good advantage for a while. Here he is. It's a struggle on the way up. That was not even on the way, and all three against. So he does not get that. There's a control issue there. It wasn't an even press on the way. And so he is denied on this occasion. So he only got one left in, but that actually is all he needed to get in. Doesn't help him in terms of the total lift. He's down the field in that. 130, his best. 140, he misses out on. And that's Group B. Group B on the way in a few seconds, and we straight away will have a very, very significant figure. Group A coming imminently. Agailikov who leads 130, Al Balawi second for Saudi Arabia 95, and Al Damaki third for the UAE 79. Agailikov leading for Turkmenistan, and it's Al Balawi, Al Damaki, Agailikov 1, 2, 3 in the total lift. Impressive venue. So saying they've got the archery coming up, and they've been doing lots of training actually next door to us here in the past couple of days. And the competition for that's actually going to be in the infield of the Lex Stadium here, impressively. Here's some of the highlights so far. So now we can begin Group A. Ready to begin. And what a man to start Group A with. And it's not very often that the first lifter in a group with the rest of the field to come will be the reigning world champion. But that's what we have with Lee Van Kong of Vietnam. His second world title coming in Dubai last year. The 2016 Paralympic champion in Rio. Silver in Tokyo. 5 of his last 6 world championships have produced either a gold or a silver medal. He's kicking off here with 131. And that is a good lift for Lee Van Kong, who's also picked up silver recently in Hangzhou at the Asian Para Games. And he is the reigning Southeast Asian Games champion. And showing how, showing why. Champion stuff from Lee Van Kong. He takes the lead. He's 39 now, Lee. That was a nice lift. A lot to like about it. And he made it look good. Yabalak Karabai of Kazakhstan is on now. 134. World Junior Bronze back in 2019 in Astana. Bronze in the World Cup in Guadalajara 2 years ago. Ruslan Gaev has been his coach for very many years and on stage with him as usual. That didn't have far to go. And he did everything he needed to do. Yeah, that Karbalai raises it. And raises the standard. That's another 3 for him. He's in, he's on, he's up. And he's off the bench with a good lift. Well, very, very effectively. The bar didn't have to go very far. And so the circumstances now, Zheng Yu is coming up next, going for 145. Asia Oceania silver medal in 2018. No mark in Hangzhou last year. End of last year, his home Asian Para Games. But in Jakarta, he did pick up that very well-earned silver medal. Based in Panjin, born there, the Liaoning Club. Zheng Yu looking to be really competitive in here. 145. His big target here. So here he is, ready to pounce. He's got it raised well. That is certainly well within his capabilities, and he has pushed that away really well with a good lift of 145. Zheng Yu leads for China. Haj Bayor, the African champion for Algeria. Excellent gold in Cairo. And then did it again at the World Cup last year. He's based in Mascara. His coach, Mohamed Salah Benatia. He's obviously asked for no music to be playing while he's on stage so he can concentrate. 145. That has him 5th in the pecking order. In terms of the attempts today in this opening round. So pushing at 145, this to give him a prospect of being in contention for the medals, and it had a few problems on the way up, but he has got it. He succeeded, 145. Bayer succeeds, the African champion, and he can go higher. Very good lift. It was 2-1 in his favour in the end. Which from our angle I can kind of see why. Parvin Mammadov, Azerbaijan. Now what a career he's had. The former European champion. It was gold in Berg Sumer in 2018, but then 5th last time out in Tbilisi. Bronze in Tokyo, the Paralympic Games. Gold in Manchester in the original build-up to Tokyo 2020, but when it became Tokyo 2020 +1, he was one of those who was able to benefit from the new schedule. So his coaches long-term have been Ilkar Ibashov and his father Rasim. Lives in Okbitan, born in Baku. They've got all the sporting venues going there as well. So here he is. That's no lift, it's 2 and against, and it's on the press. So Mammadov has a bit to think about, I'm afraid to say. And that did not go according to plan. So this is the next gen world champion from last year in Dubai. The world genius to kick off the games last year. Bronze in the Tbilisi World Cup last year, which is a regular venue. 7th at the last Fazza World Cup in 2022 in this weight division. Sixth of the last Asia Oceania Championships. 2022 in Pyeongtaek. Asian Youth Para Games champion in 2021. So he knows about success. They still entered him. They were still happy enough, and still he was confident enough to go for the 2021 World Championships when he was a slip of a lad. Finished 14th in that. And it comes in here with the third highest attempt. The Asian Youth Games champion. The next Gen World champion. He's done enough to get that to the top. I think he has an exemption and he has the lead. He has a good lift. 154 for Adnan Nur Saeed of Saudi Arabia. And originally he was looking at 154. Abdullah Kayapinar, European silver, world bronze. Silver in Tbilisi. In a Turkey 1-2 in 2022 at the Europeans. He's going here for 160. He is campaigner of supreme confidence. He's 31 now. It was his best ever result. The European silver, the world bronze. He was 5th in the Paralympic Games last time. He's leading here now. Silver in the last 2 Euros and leading in Dubai. Abdullah Kayapinar is setting the standards for the rest to match.
For the first attempt representing Iraq, Muslim Sudani.
One more to go. And what a man this is. Well, on Monday, he turns 22. Does Muslim Al-Sudani. And he enters the frame here off the back of his bronze in the Asian Para Games. 6th in the World Championships for Iraq, the World Junior, the African Open champion. Amar Karada and Lee Vee Kong were the two ahead of him in Hangzhou in October. He lifted 173 there, going for 168 here. Originally was looking at 170. World Junior record holder as well. He's been in the frame for his 2 World Championships. That is a body sequence foul, though. All 3 against him on that as well in terms of the referees. So he doesn't get it. He's weighed in 5 below his bronze medal lift, where he matched Lee Van Kong in the final round. 174 would have got him the silver medal, but we're talking major lifetime territory for him, and we're talking a 21-year-old. Doesn't get it. Now, there wasn't a lot of shaking in the body, I thought, on the bench, but if you go early, it comes under the body sequence. If you start the lift too early, which doesn't happen often, but it does happen. Round 2. Yebala Karabay of Kazakhstan. He's going for it again in a battle of the champions. And it's interesting how we saw Lee Van Kong go first in the opening round. He's not going first here because he's put a lot more on the bar. Yebala Karabay, a leap of 3, but he clears 137, having got 134 earlier. He leads in terms of the total lift now.
Representing Vietnam, Go Lee Van.
The world champion, Lee Van Kong. Same mark for him, 137. Lifted 176 to overtake Omar Karada in the final round. Actually leap up from 3rd to take the gold in Al Habtoor in Dubai a year ago. 176 for Lee Van Kong, 175 Omar Karada. Abdullah Kai Pinar 173. This for 137, which is a good few notches down, but he's building for the big peak later this year in the Paralympic Games in Paris, the Porte Chapelle Arena in the north of the city. Good, decent lift that. He actually goes second in terms of the total lift because Karabay's first round attempt was heavier.
For the second attempt, representing Algeria, Haj Ahmed Biour.
Haj Biour of Algeria coming now. Remember, no music for him. Doesn't want it. And there's an attempt at 150 for the African champion. Muslim Al Sudani is the African Open champion for Iraq. He lifted heavier as a guest non-African competitor in Cairo in the 6th of October city. Cairo obviously staging the World Championships next year. So 150. This adding 8 onto his previous attempt. 150. Here he comes. Pushing, it's a bit of a struggle on the way up. But he got it and it stayed clean. Biour clears 150. Great lift. Magnificent. Did really well with that. He goes third. He's in contention for the medals. There are 6 realistically in contention for the medals here and now, and here's one of them, Sheng Zhu, who's dropped down to 4th spot. If he gets it, he goes back into the bronze medal position again, remembering that Pavan Mamedov and Muslim Al-Sudani did not get their first effort in. So Zheng Yu, 151 for China. Asia Oceania silver, world championship bronze. That world bronze in Astana. They just changed the name, you remember, to Nur Sultan earlier in the year, and they've changed it back again. .151 for Zheng Yu. Three out of three white lights for him. That's the way to go for Zheng Yu. Leads in terms of the total lift as well by a really nice amount. And he's in the Legends competition as well. Actually, looking at it, he has now won the Legends competition, and he's won the Legends total lift also. So he is getting goals, but in terms of the main competition, he's one of half a dozen in contention for it here. The former European champion, Pavan Mamedov of Azerbaijan. And he is now in with a big shout. Door is open for him if he clears this. And that's the thing, because last time he did not. So the heat is on a little bit for him. Important to get. Now, as he managed to make that work, it was 150 last time, and again, it's the press sequence against him, and that may be a case that there's today a few too many kilos on the bar, just trying to keep control of it. Mamedov misses out, 154. His first two attempts have not been successful, and that's a problem. For Saudi Arabia, then, oh, he's ready. Adnan Nur Saeed, 21. What am I saying? He's still 20. He's in the silver medal position, and this to go within 3 kilos of the leader, Abdullah Kayapinar of Turkey. Nur Saeed, 157. That's where he is in terms of the race to Paris. It's being helped a bit by the fact that Akturk and Al-Shnaiti have got compatriots who are up the field, and particularly in the case of Al-Shnaiti, right at the top in Omar Karada. Li Van Kong, 176. I wonder if he's... I mean, obviously there may be a little bit of an injury issue as well, and he's coming back from, but also just using this kind of as training, because he's way down the standings in terms of where he normally would be. So 157, by the way, it would keep Nur Saeed in 8th, but he'd go above El-Shnaiti, who is above him in terms of heavier lifts, but isn't on the board because he's the second from his country in the list. So then basically he's off the list. Here he comes. Nur Saeed. And he hasn't got it. It's the press against him. Issues there. Well, he's going to stay in the silver medal position anyway. But definitively does stay there, having missed that.
For the second attempt, representing Turkey.
2 to go in the round. Abdullah Kayapinar of Turkey going for 169. So Kayapinar going here for 169, which is a major leap up from the opening round. That's 9 on top of it. $173 he's got previously. Pushing strongly. That looks nice, and more importantly to the referees, it looks good. 2-1 in his favour. Stop sequence voted down from the centre referee, but fine from the other 2 angles. So he leaps into an even larger advantage. 15 kilos clear of the rest. Kayapinar for Turkey. Turkey 169. Nursay second, 154. And Zheng Yu third, 151. All that can change with Muslim El Sudani coming up now for Iraq. He is 21 for another 4 days. The African Open champion at the age of 20 beat all comers in Cairo. In one of the very impressive national indoor stadiums there. Missed 168 last time, this for 170. Lifetime best 173. This is heading towards his limit, still a minute to go. Now, has he that one under control? No. The chest sequence, 2 against him on that. Now, with the naked eye, that certainly looked to be an issue from here. I'm watching from the left-hand side. The left-hand side referee gave him the white light. The other 2 referees didn't on the chest sequence, so he misses out on it. So the stop sequence does for him. And he too could miss out on getting a mark in this. Kayapinar is our leader into the 3rd and final round. Yebulat Karabai going for 141. This would give him a big lead in terms of the total lift. If he gets this, it would be 5th at worst in terms of the total lift. He's got his 2 so far. Been good consistency in this competition to date. 5 of the 8 have got their 2 lifts to date. Karabai coming up now. And that was it. And that is a no lift. Stop sequence from the two side referees and the center referee on the press. So, I hope you were watching that very carefully.
For the third attempt representing Vietnam, Kong Lu Van.
Lee Van Kong comes next. Just had a chance to watch that previous lift back again, actually, from Karabai, and the bar was pretty much hovering above the chest. He was never, ever, ever going to be given that on the stop sequence. Lee Van Kong coming now, 141. This is where he is in terms of the race to Paris. Very good and high on it. 176. This is 141. This is a different story today for the world champion. It was claimed at Al Habdoor in Dubai last year. Strong lift, good lift. Lee Van Kong leads by a long way in the total. And 141 puts him into 5th position. He is 10 kilos off the medals today. I think we can see from his run of lifts it was not going to be about the medals today unless there was going to be an issue with others who were aiming for heavier weights. He still claimed last year's Southeast Asian Games gold, the Asian Games silver, the World Championship gold. He had a brilliant 2023. 2024, who knows? Parvin Mamedov has got really stuck here. He weighed in as the 3rd heaviest opening round attempt, and now here he is lifting very early in the 3rd and final round, which would not have been the intention. Now, if he does get this, he goes into the bronze medal position all the same. At this stage, I imagine he'd have been aiming for something like 158, because his 2 previous attempts were 150 and 154, which he missed. And now he's in a position where 154 would put him onto the podium for now, but as you'll see, there's still 5 more to go after him. Mamedov 154. Now, has he got that raised enough? No. Press sequence, all 3 against. Wipeout, doesn't register a mark. That's unfortunate for him today. No luck.
For the 3rd attempt representing Algeria, Haj Ahmed Bior.
Haj Bayor of Algeria. So he's cleared 145 and 150. This for 154. Currently lying 4th. This would match Adnan Nursaid of Saudi Arabia. So he would go 3rd. Nursaid in 2nd. 154 is his mark exclusively, because he got there first. But Bayer would also take the lead by a good amount in terms of the total lift, by about 30 kilos. But first things first, get the lift. Mohamed Salah Benatia, the national team coach, with him, talking through the final few things. And easier to do that when there's no music. Two wins in Cairo in the last 15 months, and the World Cup last year, the site of his African Championship title. So here he is. just to get up into the medals. Currently outside, that's a struggle, that's not going to work, and the spotters are going to have to wade in. So it is fourth for the African champion at best. 150, his best mark of the day. 154 was just pushing it a bit. The fact that he was having a quite a major pep talk going into it probably tells you a story of its own right. And he does not get it. Misses out 154.
For the third attempt, representing China, Yu Xin.
That means that Zheng Yu in the bronze medal position. That's a little bit of a luxury. He will definitely be finishing in the top 4 now. He'd have been knocked down a spot to... Actually knocked down 2 spots to 6th spot if both Mamedov and Bayer had been successful. So, 151 bronze medal position. This for 155 to overtake Nur Saeed by a kilo in the silver medal spot. Nur Saeed has lived to go after this, and Muslim El Sadani, who has not scored yet. Yeah, 155 for Zheng Yu. Minute to go. It took a while on its way up. He kept it clean though, 2-1 in his favour. That is a good lift. And he got it. Kept it moving. Prevented it from slipping back. And he's got all his lifts in. And not only that, he will be in the podium in terms of the total lift. That is guaranteed now. He's not guaranteed to be in the main podium just yet, but he will learn in a couple of lifts' time. Adnan Nur Saeed, who's now been pushed back into the bronze medal position by Zheng Yu. This to overtake him again. In terms of the total lift, Zheng Yu leading 451 to Lee's 409. Nur Saeed missed his second attempt at 157, so can overtake him in the main competition, the best lift, but not now the total lift. Lee and Zheng are the only two to get all 3 lifts in so far. It's a big one for Adnan Nur Saeed, the next gen world champion at the World Juniors last year and the Asian Youth Games champion, as he still is. He's been 14th in his last 2 World Championships, the 2 seniors that he has been competing in. He's punched that up. He's not got it on the press. And so he, at best, has a bronze medal, and he may be knocked out of the top 3. Nur Saeed going again for 157, so he's pressing that. And then there's just not enough control at the top, and there's a little bit more movement then from the right hand side, extends a little bit more and the left doesn't, and then he's turned down for it. So the gold medal about to be decided, currently held by Abdullah Kayapinar, 169. Muslim El Sadani going here for 173. He missed 170. He missed 168, but he's going here for 173, which would match his best mark in the race to Paris. I would actually match his lifetime best. So he's going for a big time. If he gets it, it's the gold with only one more lift in the entire competition to deny him. If he doesn't get it, it is a wipeout, and he does not register a mark. So 40 seconds to go, and this is Muslim El Sudani of Iraq to take the lead right at the end. It's the penultimate lift of the entire competition. 173. Has to get it. And he has got it! And Muslim El Sudani is in front! And he's in the gold medal position. He has come from nowhere in the table to lead. It is a fabulous lift. Al Sudani 173 with a mark which is only 10 kilos off the world record. So right now he is in gold. And if he is denied, then it will be a European record from Abdullah Kayapinar for Turkey. That will have done it. Kayapinar, knocked into silver, has led for the entire competition. And this is for 2 gold medals. To win the event and to also win the total lift also. He's third in the race to Paris. But this to break the European record set in Astana 5 years ago by Vladimir Balinets. This is for the gold. He's got it raised. Is that good enough? It's a European record! And Abdullah Kayapinar gets the gold! Overtaken by Muslim El Sudani in the final round. And Kayapinar had a response. It's the greatest lift of his life. And it is a European record that wins him the title in Dubai. Kayapinar wins the total lift as well by a long way. By around 50 kilos. A sensational lift to do it, and he got it absolutely right. If you're a lifter of short stature, you have to sell the lift very strongly, because there's a lot less to dwell on, a lot less time. I very much doubt we'll see him come back out. He's got the European record, and he has the win. Great victory by Abdullah Kayapinar. Takes the gold for Turkey. He was the only one to break the 500 points barrier in terms of the total lift as well. It was a sensational performance from him. He's a lot to be proud of. 5:03 his final mark in terms of the total lift. But it's the European record for Abdullah Kayapinar. 174 takes the gold for Turkey. Muslim El Sudani the silver for Iraq, 173. And Zheng Yu the bronze for China, 155. Total lift, won by Cao Pina 5:03. Second was Zheng Yu of China 4:51. And third, Li Van Kong for Vietnam 4:09. That's the way to do it. That's the way to win it. Victory ceremony is on the way.
تتويج اللاعبين الفائزين بفئة 49 كيلوغرام رجال.
The victory ceremony for the men's up to 49 kilos category.
رحبوا معي بالفائزين.
Please welcome the medalists.
So it's the victory ceremony then for this really, really thrilling men's 49 kilo final, which was decided in the final two lifts. And presenting the medals in this is Talat Unlu, the president of the Turkish Weightlifting Federation. So bronze for Sheng Yu, he got all of his lifts in, and that helping him to second place in the total lift. Victory ceremony for that will be off the main stage, but he gets bronze in this, best lift 155, got all of his marks in. Muslim Al Sadani wasn't on the podium, wasn't on the leaderboard, wasn't on the board at all until his final attempt, and he cleared it at 173. That put him into the gold medal position with only one lift left in the entire competition. And that final lift earning the gold for Abdullah Kaya Pinar, 174. A new European record for Turkey. He got all three of his lifts in, 160, 169, 174. And that a total lift of 503. Abdullah Kaya Pinar takes the gold at the final lift of the competition, doing it for him. He had led throughout until the final attempt by Muslim El Sadani. But what a response, breaking the 5-year-old European record of Vladimir Balinets. Takes the honours for Turkey / Turkey. 174 for him. Al Sadani 173, the silver for Iraq. And Zheng Yu, the bronze for China, 155. And in terms of the total lift, it's Kaya Pinar 1, Zheng 2, and Lee Van Kong of Vietnam in third. That was a good competition, that. That's why this is the prime powerlifting World Cup event. Stunning stuff. Women's 50 kilo final is on in around half an hour's time. Please do join us for that. It should be quite the spectacle as well.